You've probably noticed it. One anxious thought arrives, and before you know it, your mind is 3 steps ahead, spinning through every possible outcome, every worst-case scenario. But why does that happen? Why do anxiety and overthinking seem to fuel each other so reliably? And what is actually going on inside your brain when it does? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. By the end of this, you'll have a clearer understanding of the psychology behind these two experiences, and why, for so many people, they're almost impossible to separate. What anxiety actually is. Let's start at the beginning. Anxiety, at its core, is not a disorder. It's a survival mechanism. Your brain contains a small, almond-shaped region called the amygdala. Think of it as your internal alarm system. Its job is to detect threat and trigger a response. When it senses danger, real or imagined, it sends a signal that floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate rises. Your breathing shallows. Your attention narrows. This is the fight or flight response. And for thousands of years, it kept humans alive. The problem is, your amygdala cannot always tell the difference between a physical threat, like a predator, and a psychological one, like an upcoming presentation, a difficult conversation, or an unanswered message. So it activates the same alarm system for both. What overthinking actually is. Overthinking is what happens when your thinking mind tries to respond to that alarm. Here's how psychologists understand it. When anxiety activates your threat response, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, problem-solving part of your brain, attempts to regain control. It tries to think its way out of the perceived danger. And how does it try to solve the problem? By analyzing it repeatedly, from every angle, running through outcomes, rehearsing conversations, imagining futures. This is called rumination, a psychological term for repetitive, looping thought patterns that circle the same worries without resolution. The cruel irony is this: the more you overthink, the more activated your anxiety system becomes. And the more anxious you feel, the more your brain tries to think its way to safety. Why the two feed each other. Understanding the connection between anxiety and overthinking requires understanding one key concept: uncertainty. Research in psychology consistently shows that the human brain finds uncertainty deeply uncomfortable, sometimes more uncomfortable than a negative outcome itself. Studies have found that people often experience more distress not knowing whether something bad will happen than simply knowing it will. Anxiety is fundamentally a response to uncertainty, and overthinking is the brain's attempt to eliminate that uncertainty, to think through every possibility until it finds safety. But uncertainty, by definition, cannot be resolved through thought alone. So the loop continues. Anxiety says, something might go wrong. Overthinking says, let me figure out exactly what. Anxiety responds, but what if you missed something? Why the two feed each other. The role of the nervous system. There's another layer to this that psychology and neuroscience have increasingly focused on: the autonomic nervous system. Your nervous system has two primary states: the sympathetic state, activated, alert, ready to respond, and the parasympathetic state, calm, regulated, at rest. Chronic anxiety keeps the nervous system tilted toward the sympathetic state. In this heightened state, the brain is primed to scan for threats, a process called hypervigilance. Every ambiguous signal gets interpreted as a potential danger. And what does a hypervigilant brain do with ambiguous information? It overthinks it. So while anxiety and overthinking feel like thought problems, they're also deeply physiological. The state of your nervous system shapes the quality of your thinking. Why some people are more prone to this. Not everyone experiences anxiety and overthinking at the same intensity. Psychology points to several reasons why. Firstly, temperament. Research suggests that some people are born with a more reactive amygdala. Their alarm system is naturally more sensitive. This isn't a weakness. It's simply how their nervous system is calibrated. Secondly, early experience. Psychologists have found that childhood environments that were unpredictable or emotionally unsafe can train the brain to remain on high alert, a form of learned hypervigilance that can persist into adulthood. And thirdly, thought patterns. Cognitive psychology identifies certain thinking styles like catastrophizing, assuming the worst outcome, or mind reading, assuming you know what others think, that make both anxiety and overthinking significantly worse. Understanding which of these applies to you isn't about labeling yourself. It's about understanding the mechanics of your own mind. Anxiety and overthinking are not signs of weakness or irrationality. They are the predictable output of a brain doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you. The psychology behind them is elegant, even if the experience of them is exhausting. And understanding that psychology is the first step toward relating to your own mind with a little more clarity and a little less judgment. If this helped you understand something new about how your mind works, subscribe to Mindstill, where we explore the psychology of mental health, one concept at a time. Until next time, stay curious.